So how can you make money during a stock market pullback? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions here with another video. And I want to talk about three things, right? Does it mean that you need to sell all of your positions? What happens if the market pulls on back? And is it possible to make money during that time? And most importantly, when the market does pull back, what should you be prepared for? Those are the three things that I'm going to be covering in this video. And if you learned something new, please consider dropping a thumbs up. And of course, subscribing to the channel. So let's go ahead and get right to it. One of the first questions that everyone loves to ask is, as the NASDAQ market and overall markets are at all-time highs, people begin to ask the question, and rightfully so, is it now time to sell all of my positions? And although a lot of people have different ways on how to approach the market, you should not approach it in a way that instills fear in you, right? So if you're someone that's investing long-term on, as an example, for stocks like Amazon, Facebook, Google, do you need to sell all of your positions? No, it makes sense on why you might lighten up your position at these overbought levels to anticipate a pullback, but it never means that you have to be so scared to sell all of your positions, because then you miss out on the potential of them continuing to rally and you can't partake in that. So make sure that you have a well-balanced portfolio, that you have enough skin in the game that you can partake in that action, but not so much money invested if it begins to pull on back. Where can you put money into the market when the market is pulling on back? So one of the ETFs that I personally like to trade is SQQQ, and a very simple way in explaining this is the NASDAQ market. There is an ETF that is a bull ETF that is TQQQ, and that goes up when the NASDAQ market goes up. Now, SQQQ goes and does the opposite. So SQQQ goes up when the NASDAQ market goes down. But let's say you don't like trading the NASDAQ market. What's another alternative? Well, the S&P 500 is a very popular market, and one thing that a lot of people don't know is they might be aware of the ETF SPY, which is the bull ETF for the S&P 500, meaning that it goes up when the S&P 500 goes up. But what goes up when the S&P 500 goes down? The really cool thing about that is SPXS. And again, this is an ETF. It does tend to decay over time. So if you suck at risk management, or if you're an absolute beginner, this is probably not something that you want to partake in, as the overall markets tend to be more bullish than it is bearish. This is just an explanation on where you can put some money if you see the market pulling on back and you want to proactively trade. As you guys can see, SPXS has been selling off over a short period of time, but you can see that throughout that sell-off, it has random times that it does push up, push up, push up, push up. And again, if you are questioning when it is that it goes up, it's exactly when the S&P 500 market begins to pull on back. So now you at least have two alternatives, both the S&P 500 and of course the NASDAQ market, and a series of ETFs that you are now aware of where you can put money during these pullbacks. Yes, it's cool to make money during the market pullbacks and trading these inverse ETFs, but that's not where you make the big difference, right? A lot of you guys are long-term investors, and most importantly, a lot of you guys know that if you've ever been in that position, it sucks during market pullbacks when you're not prepared. Why? Because if you're fully invested, meaning that you have all your eggs in one basket at these very overbought levels, during these market pullbacks, all you're praying for is for the market to recover. That's what I want to avoid. I want to be someone that has enough skin in the game that can rally with that overall uptrend, but also that I have enough cash on the side that when the market does pull on back, I'm prepared to be able to buy the dips on the stocks I see most value in. And it's that simple. Make sure you drop a thumbs up if you agree. And that's really just it. I really hope that you guys learned something new in this video. I'd love to learn a little bit more about the stocks that you guys plan to buy the dip on, so make sure you guys comment that down below. And make sure you click one of the first links down in the description to learn a little bit more about millionaires and billionaires that have made a fortune during market pullbacks, as I like to use as inspiration. I really hope that I earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. And if you want to stay connected, join our free Facebook group, and all those links are down in the description. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.